This is called the Dole of the King's Daughter. 7 stars in the still heaven, and 7 in the sky. 7 sins on the king's daughter, deep within her soul to lie. Red roses are at her feet. Roses are red in her red golden hair, and oh, where her bosom and girdle meet, red roses are hidden there. Fair is the night that lieth slain amid the Russian reed. See the fishes that are fain upon dead men to feed. Sweet is the page that lieth there. Cloth of gold is goodly prey. See the black ravens in the air. Black, oh black as the night are they. But what do they there so stark and dead? There's blood on the river sand. Why are the lilies flecked with red? There is blood upon her hand. There were 2 that came from the north and east, and 2 from the south and west. For the ravens, a goodly feast. For the queen's daughter, rest. There's one man who loved her true. Red, oh red is the stain of gore. He hath dug in a grave by the darksome year. One grave will do for 4. No stars in the still heaven. In the black water, none. The sin upon her soul is 7. The sin upon his is 1. Okay, so let's quickly run through this poem, and I can quickly give you a little lesson on what it means and what's going on. It's a really beautiful poem written by Oscar Wilde, and I have no idea why or what, but it's really, really violent. So, I'm gonna be explaining it to you. So the first line, 7 stars in the still heaven and 7 in the sky. We have this little symmetrical imagery that we see, where there's of course 7 stars in the sky, and we see them 7 on the water. So the number 7 is going to be significant in this here. 7 stars in still water, 7 in the sky. 7 sins on the king's daughter. So we now have the idea of a king's daughter. And 7 sins, she did 7 things wrong. And deep within her soul to lie. Right. And now we get to the next scene where we're talking about roses. Roses are red in her red golden hair, and where her bosom and girdle meet. So this was a medieval poem, and what do you typically do when a fair maiden is lying somewhere and there are roses all over her? What does this typically mean? It means she's dead. Yes, this is a funeral procession, what have you. The fair maiden has been vanquished. After that, we of course get a bit more insight into how this came to be. A knight has been slain. We talk about the fish that are eating the little pieces of flesh that are in the river. And the reader, who in this case was me, comes across this site and looks at the river and says, what happened here? There's a knight slain over here, the ravens are flying everywhere. It's quite a grisly little scene. The next part we get to is sweet is the page that lieth there. In medieval era, a page would usually be a small boy who would accompany a knight and put on his armor and tend to his weapons and such. We also say cloth of gold is goodly prey. What that line means is that the page was easily found and killed because of the clothing he was wearing. In medieval era, typically pages wouldn't be a part of a war, but they'd be on the battlefield. And they would wear clothing that makes them actually brighter than the soldiers. The reason for this was it was accepted that the page would not be killed because he's a page, he's not a combatant. So the lightly clothing was supposed to make him stand out so that he wouldn't be killed by either side. However, in this case, it made him an easier prey, an easier target. Then our reader, the person who's reading the poem, continues to survey this thing. What happened here? He's besettled. And he looks at the tracks around the riverbed and sees, so there were 2 riders from north and east and 2 from south and west. So 4 different riders came about here in some dramatic clash, and they all fought. What they fought for, we are not sure. After that, we go to this one man, this one individual, who it seems is still alive after all of this. One man loved her real and true. And he's the one that is digging a grave by the darksome yew, and 1 grave will do for 4. So there were 4 riders that clashed. 4 plus the page plus the knight. So that makes a total of 6 people that we already know is dead. Oh, right. Plus the fair maiden, which makes 7. Remember the number 7? So, we finally get to the end. This entire scene where this one man who loved her true is only burying 4 people. Interesting. And it says the number 7 is gone. No moon, no stars in the still heaven, in the black waters, none. The sin upon her soul is 7. The sin upon his is 1. So what does this word 7 here mean? Does it mean that she's responsible for the deaths of those 7 individuals? And what is the one that is responsible? I mean, if you count up the numbers again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there an 8th death? Did he commit suicide after the incident, after coming across this grisly scene? Sin upon his is 1. Thank you. The Dole of the cake.
Do you want to start again?
Deep within her soul to lie. Oh crap. This always happens. Roses are red. Red roses are at her feet. Her roses are red in her red gold hair. Oh shit. Roses. Ah! Why?